Hey guys, Parfax here. Today I'm bringing you a video on the release patch notes for the upcoming open beta in New World. All right, let's get started. If you didn't know, on September 9th, there will be an open beta for New World. You get to play it for a few days. And they did release the patch notes, so we're going to go over basically the combat stuff here. We're not going to go over everything. If you want to see the full patch notes, I will put the link in the description down below. But make sure you go and play New World. We're going to get it a couple days, and then we just have a couple weeks until launch. All right, so we are going to focus on essentially weapons. I've done a lot of things on this channel on weapons. People, it's a very big topic. People like to talk about it. We argue about it. So let's see what the game decided to do. Now you can go look through the patch notes. You have some AI changes, you have some boss changes, expedition change. We're not really worried about that. We are looking at the combat changes. Now, the first thing to note is they did reduce the PvP scaling. So if you are at a higher level, you are going to get a little bit bigger bonus. It's not something I think they should have done, but it's also something I really don't care about, because after the first little bit, you're going to be level 60, you're going to be max level, and it's not going to matter anyway. So I would have preferred they kept it the way it is, but it really doesn't bother me either way. We have a nerf here to the Constitution bonus, the 250 attribute bonus. It went from 80 to 60, so that's a pretty big hit on the 250 Constitution bonus. We have some reduced damage here on the Warhammer, or damage reduction, sorry. And we have some buffs to the sword. Now, there is a nerf here, and this is going to be something you'll see as well coming on the life staff. But instead of removing all the buffs, or all the debuffs, sorry, it is only going to remove a single debuff. So that's a pretty nerf there, but a lot of the stuff is actually pretty good. So sword users, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm not going to go over these, and the only reason I'm not going to go over the sword is because it's probably the weapon I know the least about. So we're going to go over stuff like the life staff, hatchet, great axe. We're going to go over those a lot more, but let me know if you guys like the buffs. If you don't like what they did with the sword, let me know in the description down below. So life staff. Now we have just two debuffs, or buffs, or I should say nerfs here, but this isn't the only thing the life staff gets, and we will show you that here in a second. So we have Sacred Protection passive change to grant a 5% increase incoming heal efficiency to all group members. It used to grant additional HP. I like this. This is just going to make it to where, you know, you want to be more actively healing, and it's more based on you healing than actually just, you know, giving them some extra HP. So you really need to focus on your healing a little bit more. It's not going to make a huge difference, I don't think, but we'll see. I don't remember exactly how much HP you used to get from the Sacred Protection passive. It could be a pretty big change, but we know the life staff need a little bit of a nerf. And then reduce the effectiveness of Orb of Protection Fortify from 15 to 10%. Again, another little nerf to the life staff, which I like, but it doesn't really affect the PvE that much, which is something else I really like. We will talk more about the life staff here shortly. This is not the only thing that it got hit by, but let's move on to the hatchet. We have a nerf to the hatchet. I predicted this. This isn't exactly how I predicted it, but we have berserk duration reduced to 12 seconds, and the cooldown has been increased to 18 seconds. So this is a pretty significant nerf to the hatchet users. Berserk is by far the best ability on the hatchet, and it's getting a nerf, which, you know, a lot of people believe it needs to be. And then Berserking Refresh now heals 10% every 4 seconds instead of every 5 seconds, but you only get up to a maximum of 30% health instead of 35. So you're getting healed more often, or at least quicker, but the heal will overall heal you for less. We also have some great axe nerfs here. We have reduced the effectiveness of Gravity Well, Unyielding Fortify upgrade from 15% to 10%, a nice little 5% nerf there. We reduced the Great Axe Enduring Strike damage reduction bonus from 20 to 15%, which is good. And then the second hit of Reap no longer staggers on hit. So we have 3 nerfs here, and I haven't looked. We will look here at the end. There are some nerfs and stuff like that, or at least some bug fixes at the end. I imagine you'll see the Great Axe in it. We have reduced effectiveness of Bow Unbreakable Focus Fortify passive from 20 to 10%. Bow users, let me know in the comment section down below if this is a big deal for you. I know it's a little nerf to the bow, and I'm more on the buff bow, but I don't actually think the bow needs buffed as its abilities. It's more of I would like to see them speed up the projectile is the main thing. I just think the projectile's a little slow. It's kind of the worst range weapon in that aspect because it's so slow. The bullet drop is the biggest, but also I'm a bow user, so we'll see how this affects it. It's really not a whole lot of change to the bow. We have chain perks, equip load updates. So you have the 20% damage increase for light equip load and 10% damage increase for medium equip load. Should also affect the healing output for the character. Healing is reduced by 20% to account for this. We want the best healer to be in light armor. This is insane. I mentioned there's some nerfs to the life staff coming. Life staff users, you are gonna be squishier or you're not gonna heal worth shit. And I say worth shit, you're still gonna be able to heal. But it is just gonna make it to where they want you to wear light armor. This is something, another change to armor and a change to the life staff, which is gonna be overall great for the game. And then reduce the medium equipped load threshold from 15 to 13 and heavy threshold from 30 to 23. Again, I've been talking about we need an armor change. We'll see if this is good. You might have to take off 2 or 3 pieces of gear, which I like. I love the way they do their system with the weight system, but I didn't like how easy it was to abuse. This is going to make it, you know, less easy to abuse. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll hop in and we'll try it out and we'll see, you know, how it goes. They normalize the weight of protection ratios, increase the armor provided by chest piece, and reduce the amount provided by helmets. This might look like a weird change, but how people were abusing the system before is if you wanted to go into light medium, all you do is if you want to go to medium, you would take all the pieces of heavy armor and put a medium chest piece on. And then if you want to go light, you do all medium and put a light chest piece on. This now, you're not gonna be able to do it because, or we'll have to see. I don't think you'll be able to do it. We'll have to check with the thresholds here. We'll see how that affects it. But even if you can, you're just gonna be less protected. I think you might be able to do it with the medium threshold, but you might not be able to do it yet. Well, no, actually, I don't think you're gonna be able to do it at all. We'll see. We'll have to go into, you know, I'm not on the client, so we'll have to check. I don't know exactly the weights on the armor. We'll have to find that out. But again, a good change. I like it. Armor needed to be messed with. We have an interesting change here. Where is it at? It's under potions. Here we go. So they removed endurance potion from the game. Yeah. I mean, endurance potion was pretty cool, but yeah, they removed it from the game. So yeah, no more endurance potions. I do like this to increase the base health gain from health potions, which is really nice, and decrease the amount of health gain from the potions based on percentage of their maximum. So this is just going to help out the people that aren't wearing or aren't stacking Constitution and health. So pretty cool. Increase the base health of regeneration potions, cool, and decrease the amount gained per. So it's basically the same thing they did with health potions. So we'll have to see how well it affects it. It'll definitely help out you users that don't have a whole lot of life. So essentially they're trying to promote you not to go full health stacking heavy armor. Essentially is what they're trying to do here. Here's a big one. Life staff users or people that don't like life staffs. Here we go. Ambergem, reduce the damage scaling obtained from the Ambergem, the nature one, when putting attributes into focus by 20% to make the healer's secondary weapon a bit less powerful in terms of raw damage output for focus builds. I said this was the main problem. I actually suggested maybe they take this gem out of the game. People were like, no, you can't do that because they don't have any weapons they can use, which I agree. Now, when you're leveling, you really actually don't need to put any points into your main stat. You can actually stack focus and you'll be just, Constitution, you'll be just fine. But I said this gem was the main problem when it came to your 1v1 or super abusey builds. This was the problem. We'll see if 20% is enough. I'm not sure, but they'll be doing a lot less damage and it's gonna be pretty great. We got some armor nerfs, we got some life staff nerfs, we have the gem nerf, all really good. Now we have, and I haven't looked at these, so we're gonna go down through these as we go here. We have notable bug fixes. When I went over this the first time, I didn't see it. I started recording, then I saw this part and I was like, holy crap, hold on. So we have movement speed increase, fix the issues where players are having a permanent speed buff. I've reported this bug many of times. Movement speed decreases, fix the issue where people, where move speed could not be slowed more than 10%. Cool. Stuck on load screen. Life staff speed of light upgrade now functions. Cool. Jump, you are now able to jump while exhausted state. Attribute threshold bonus, we already saw that. Well, no, we didn't actually. 250 Constitution motion will now leave a 60-second cooldown. Another nerf to Constitution. Well, I guess bug fix. 150 Constitution bonus now only reduce damage from critical hits, not all hits. I mean, these are pretty notable here. Reward from duels players no longer be able to scale PvP rewards from duels. They put this, I believe, actually in the closed beta last time, so this was already in the game. Sword leadership passive will no longer persist after leaving the group. Cool. Here we go. Here's some pretty big nerfs. We have Life Staff. Mending Touch will no longer remove all debuffs, only one. That's huge. Magnify Ultimate now extends buff durations. That's cool. Inspired will now increase stamina. Now, it looks kind of like 2 bug fixes are a positive, one's a negative, but this remove all debuffs, as you saw on the sword as well. This was big, so now they won't be able to just fully cleanse themselves. They'll actually have to work with it a little bit more, which is great. Then we have, Great Axe users. We have Great Axe. Heavy pull passive no longer calls heavy attacks to hit twice. Boom! I had actually heard this was fixed, but boom, let's go. No more Great Axe double hit. Let's go. And then Great Axe Enduring Strike will now reduce damage by 20% while in grid. Okay, this right here, this is the big one. This is the one we talked about over and over and over again. This was, you know, we'll have to see. Great Axe got 3 nerfs and they nerfed this. Well, it nerfed the passive, but essentially it's a big nerf to the Great Axe users. We'll see. I actually have a pretty cool build coming up that I haven't seen one person run. I'm going to be running it in the beta. So look out for that. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Parfaxgaming. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be 2 weapons I have never seen together. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Bow, Deep Strike upgrade will only increase damage on penetrating shot, not all attacks. Swap weapons using swap active keybind on your weapon ability. Wheel will now toggle when weapon swapping. Okay, this was a bug that you would get sometimes where it wouldn't swap. That's pretty good. We have a little ice pylon fix here. This is great. Health bars should now be blue for allies and red for enemies. This is pretty good. It was always funny to see your allies, but not a red ice pylon. It was pretty cool. Now we have siege weapons. Damage is now mitigated by armor, which is great. They're not going to absolutely destroy us. Life Staff Splash of Light will only heal group members as intended. Oh, it's a huge nerf. You know what? This is actually a server fix as well. Like, when the server actually has to heal everybody, this is a massive, massive, massive nerf to Life Staff in sieges. This is huge. This is probably the biggest nerf that Life Staff is going to see, because when we were doing groups for, you know, doing our sieges, you didn't even worry about having healers in your group. Now you actually have to have a full-fledged group going with healers and everything in it. This is a huge. This is probably one of the biggest nerfs we've seen yet to Life Staff. I mean, ooh, huge. All right, see if we have anything left here. Hatchet, stay back passive now applies correctly. 25% slow for 4 seconds. Bow, fixed animation canceling, causing bow to shoot at a faster rate than intended. Yes, I heard about this. This was a bug. You can essentially fire 2 arrows at once. That's a nerf to the bow, which I never actually used that, so that's cool. They shouldn't have anything like that in the game. We have, oh, here we go. Ice Golem Ultimate Shield should now apply chill debuff and decrease ice damage taken enemies by 35% for 3 seconds as intended. All right, Empowered Strike should now apply increased damage when target is below 30% health as intended. Nice. Ice Gauntlet Refreshing Spike should now give a cooldown reduction as intended, which is good. I didn't know that hadn't, you know, been working, but I'm glad it's working now. All right, then we have another bug fix here where the intellect attribute threshold bonus were being applied twice when using the damage conversion gem. Okay, that's good. We have some progression here, which we're not going to go over too much. We've already this video is already longer than is intended, but you can go through and look through the rest of these. We have a few more like bug fixes. We have some equipment visuals, which is really good. And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of these updates. This is a pretty huge patch notes. This is a lot of stuff we've been wanting. The Great Axe got nerfed, the Life Staff got nerfed, the Hatchet got nerfed, the bow got nerfed, armor got nerfed in a way, at least abusing it got nerfed a little bit. We got some sword changes, some buffs, some nerfs. Debuffs now are going to mean more because we can't just instantly cleanse them with the Life Staff or the sword, which is really good. Warhammer got nerfed. So this is pretty good. There's a lot of bug changes. There's a lot to dive through in this for what looks like a fairly small patch notes. It's pretty big. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. We will be doing some Twitch streams during the open beta every day. I will be online streaming. We're going to have a ton of fun. We got some big news coming up for launch. So go ahead, slap a follow, subscribe here on Twitch, or on YouTube. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.